it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video. And the photo I'm going to do today is this cute little photo of a photo my daughter sent me. It's a little photo strip, you know, from the little booths and stuff of her and her little beau. I think what I'm going to do though is I am going to trim it down to lose some of this orange because it's really bright. And I had hoped to find some papers that I could kind of incorporate the orange. But I have this Hip Kit February 2023 and it's real cute. It's got like, you know, lovey stuff here. It's got like a heart. I love this background here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. I'm going to mount it on this like hash, or what is this called? Herringbone pattern. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to cut it down maybe quite a bit, y'all. I don't know. I don't want to lose much of it though, so we'll see. And then I'm thinking I'm going to kind of put it over here and then create like a little mini L design. I don't have a sketch or anything, y'all, because I don't know. Lately I've been kind of just winging it. I do like this blue. It has a slight orange in it, so even with the orange, I think it'll kind of help a little bit. I'm not as fond of that side, so I'm probably going to stick with this side. And then when I may gut this and use that pink. So I'm going to do that. And then, of course, there's tons of ephemera and all that kind of stuff. So I have to get into that. And I don't know my title yet, y'all. Unless I call it like Young Love. That could be cute. That's a cute little font. So let me trim a little bit and I will come back on. I may use these border strips as like my L piece here. Let's see what I can do with that. I like using their branding strips. They have really pretty patterns. It's the patterns. I don't see how the border strips are all on there. So I like this one. There's one that had love though. I liked a lot. I'll find it. It's this pattern, but it's tiny. I do like this a lot too. And I kind of struggled because I was like, but no, I'm going to use that. All right, so let me do a little trimming and I'll be back on a second. Okay, so I have made a little bit of progress. Well, it looks like I've made more than I really have. But what I've done is I've taken the herringbone paper and I did gut it because I did use that pink to mat the photo. And then I've trimmed down that heart pattern paper there that looks like confetti hearts. I trimmed that down so it'd fit on there and I could mat it. And then I did use that blue that I showed you to mat the photo. And now what I'm doing, I'm taking the branding strips and I'm just using some double-sided tape to put them together to build my little backwards L. And I'm going to just kind of figure out where I want that. I do kind of fast around for this just a moment, but I actually think the love piece right here, I really like this little piece, and I may have trimmed it just a tad too short, but in the end, after I add my ephemera and all that, I think it's okay. But you see there, I've kind of made it like, it's a little bit stumpy. But again, like I said, once I add the ephemera and stuff, I think it's all right. So again, I'm just going to use this double-sided tape to put that down. And it's just building myself my little backwards L here so that I can kind of, you know, well, have a place to rest my photo. I will end up putting the photo on phone. But I don't remember now if I pull the title out first or not. I think I've just got to attach these little branding strips here. And then I've got all that ephemera on the left-hand side over there. And honestly, when I was pulling it out, I remember thinking to myself, oh, I want to make sure I use that piece. Y'all, I don't remember what the piece was. I don't know for sure if I did use it or not. I feel like I might have, but at the same time, I can't swear on it. I have no idea what my thought was at the time. I should have set it to the side and I didn't do it. So now I'm going to get out my little puffy letters here. I do open mine from the side because I do find when I'm trying to stick the long pieces in, like from the top to the bottom or whatever, it just fights me every time. And I saw somebody ages ago cut it on the side, and I thought, well, that is so clever. So I do cut mine from the side. And I'm going to spell out the title is just going to be Young Love. And I am going to offset. So Young will be on, you know, kind of to the left a little bit. And then I'm going to put Love. And it's going to be kind of to the right a little bit. And I'm creating basically some space there to add embellishments. So I'm going to end up with a little embellishment under Young on the left-hand side of Love. And then I'm going to end up another little set of embellishments on the right-hand side of Young. Now, I think this might be where I'm pulling out the foam. I've decided, yeah, I want the foam behind the photo. This causes me a little bit of angst, just a little bit with some of the ephemera. It was really my own fault, though. I made it way more complicated than it had to be, and I cut some of it out because I go to put the ephemera on top of the photo, and with this foam and then the extra layers and stuff, and the papers are a little bit thicker. It's good quality paper, so it's a little bit thicker. And my little ephemera, the foam I was trying to use wasn't quite thick enough, so I kind of caused myself a little bit of angst, but in the end, it works out. I just had to fight it. I think this is now where I'm going to start kind of going through this ephemera, and I find that little heart there, and that's really cute. And then I find a little black piece that says, "You're my person." My daughter says that a whole bunch. So when she's talking about this kid here, this boy, She says he's her person. So I like that one because I think that kind of goes with their picture and stuff. Honestly, I love this photo because it's photos of them and she's holding it. And I just really like that kind of aesthetic of it. I think it's really cute. I do find this little piece up here in the upper right. It's like something about, sorry, I'm not looking at the lab. It's like moments who we are or something like that. I like that little floral, but that is the piece that gives me a little bit of angst later when I'm trying to put the foam and stuff behind it. And I have to fight it just a little bit, but it does go there eventually. I think I'm just kind of thumbing through these ephemeras here. I like a lot of them. There's actually some really cute ones. The struggle bus here was these hearts are kind of busy, the little confetti hearts on here. So putting things on top of it was a little bit iffy if it were too busy also. So, but then on the other hand, when I tried to use that kind of lighter color, like that little floral there, I didn't care for that either. So I ended up having to, I kind of work with it. I think it turns out really cute. So I'm not sad or anything, but I think I'm going to pull out, what do I do next? I have that floral there. That does not stay there though. I will move that in just a minute. I'm kind of thinking florals, right? Because it's kind of on top of the hearts. And I look at so that other little package over there is it's not acetate, vellum is what it is. It's little vellum pieces, but I don't actually end up using any of those. And I kind of had looked at this set of chipboard here and I like the little rings and I didn't use it at first. And then I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and use it because I needed to kind of, in my mind, encompass these little embellishments. I thought they looked like they were kind of just a little chaotic. I didn't like it that they didn't have something kind of encompassing them or like keeping them together, or I don't know how to explain it, but like I wanted something to kind of make it look like it was supposed to be there. So I trimmed this little ring up here. I'm going to put that to the side. It's going to, I thought about it in the bottom, but I go, no, Christine, that's just goofy. So I pull out this other little ring. So I end up with these two little rings, and that's going to, like I said, hold my embellishments. So I'm going to end up putting back my little piece of ephemera I showed you a minute ago. Oh, Saturn decided to visit, y'all. I had to put her down. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to end up with a couple of little leafy bits kind of poking out of the top here. And I think that looks really cute. And it's kind of covering up, too, that orange. You know, those lockers behind them. I think this was at Topgolf. If I'm not mistaken, they'd gone on like a little event with his parents. And I think it was, I want to say that's where they are is Topgolf. I'm not going to swear on it because she sent me the photo and I could probably figure it out. But I just put the date when I end up, because you can see I put the label on the bottom right of that photo there. And I'll just put their names and the date. But I'm pretty certain it was at Topgolf. But anyway, I'm going to kind of fill out these little rings, and then the lower left-hand ring there, I did add some florals as well. And I mean, honestly, in the end, y'all, I don't add tons of embellishment. This little confetti heart paper kind of did a lot of the work, you know, the heavy lifting from like an embellishment standpoint. So this is where I'm gonna start adding the foam and all that. So I'm gonna cut away. And what am I doing now, y'all? I think I'm just adding my little baby bits of glue and things. I think I'm going to add this little bit of foam here too. I put a little bit of foam up underneath the little black piece there that says "You're my person." I glue that little heart down there. I'm going to add some foam underneath my little date piece there. So, I mean, I kind of put dimension all over this place. In a minute, I'll cut away because I kind of put everything away. I do look at like some of the flowers and all that, but I don't actually end up adding a ton of embellishment, like I said. But I will cut away because I'll put it all up and then I'll think, you know, I need to do something. And all those little hearts were just calling to me. So I'm going to end up pulling out my Nuvo glitter pen. I haven't used that in quite some time. And I thought, you know what, this is a really good opportunity. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and keep adding my little ephemeras with my foams here. I had to pull out the Nuvo glue. And this, I have a smaller Nuvo glue that's almost out. I think I need to turn it upside down or something, let the glue kind of come down. This, I think, is my bigger piece. I did add these little black hearts. I like these because I did have that little piece of black that says "You are my person." And I thought, you know what, I'm going to add these little pieces of black hearts here because it kind of makes a little diagonal. And I thought it turned out real cute with that too. It's kind of adding a little, like it's this so pastel, you know, so adding the black kind of helps it. And especially since the photo has some dark colors. That's me looking at that vellum again, putting it away, deciding, nope, not messing with it. And here's where I'm fassing around with this little date deal. I don't know why I'm doing this. I know where it's going to go. Sometimes I feel, I watch myself on camera and I'm like, why did you mess with that? Like you knew it was going there and you had no adhesive on it. You might as well have just put the adhesive on there. It was just goofy. But anyway, so here's where I'm kind of messing with the little foam, and then I add my little Nuvo glue. Again, I don't know. I'm a tactile person, I guess, so I feel like I have to touch things over and over, even though I know darn good and well where they're going to go. All right, so I'm going to add this. I don't actually write the journaling. It's not, I say journaling. It's their names and the date. I don't write that on camera. I'll do that later, but I do add that. So here's where I'm kind of looking at this going, okay, I think I'm actually kind of done, other than me fighting with this darn ephemera up there, making sure it's sticking and being, you know, not saggy. So I'm kind of looking at it. I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm kind of done with you. I'm going to put all this other stuff away. I mean, I looked at that bird because I thought lovebirds or whatever, but no, it's not going to work. Butterfly was too busy, wasn't going to work either. And then I thought, Christine, you're done. Just put it all away. So I put it all away, and this is where I get my little Nuvo pen. Now, what I decided to do was just do the little blue hearts. So I just went over the little blue hearts with the glitter pen. And there's just various different ones just kind of sprinkled out. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, if they were smart enough to use a specific color in these little spots, then if I add the glitter to it, that's the perfect amount of randomness for the glitter. So I'm just kind of, like I said, going over all these little blue pieces. There's not a ton of them, and maybe that's why they caught my eye. I just picked it I didn't really pick that color for any particular reason other than I just thought, oh, I can see blue, and I can use that. So that's all there is on that, and that's all I'm going to do the layout too, y'all, other than that little bit of journaling I mentioned. Here's the slowdown. Thanks so much for watching, and I think I told you this is a hip kit, so hopefully I didn't forget that. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, y'all. I'm having one of those days. My brain's just not working, so apologies for the rambling. And we will see you next time. Don't forget to do this like and subscribe, and then also my Instagram at Scrapping Harden. And we will see you next time. Bye.